As you can see outside today, it's nice and snowy. It's actually too cold to do anything. I think it's -3 right now, but it's supposed to warm up pretty good, maybe 3 or 4 today. So we're going to use this machine. It's a Harvedt Right freeze dryer, something I picked up last year to preserve some of our food that we can't keep up with, particularly eggs today. I've got dozens of eggs in the fridge, so we need to make some room, and by freeze dry them, they'll last 10, 20, who knows how long. Probably not that long, but so all this is fairly simple. If you actually want to learn more about these, go to harvestright.com or look up Retired at 40. I'm not really here to do videos on how-to, but just showing what we do. Just got a simple vacuum pump, and what this machine does is it goes down to -40 plus, and these trays will heat up and evaporate the water while it condenses on the inside of the drum inside the machine. And when it's done, the machine will tell you it's done and check it. It should be crispy and dry. Take your product out, and I'll show you that later, and we'll store it in some Mylar bags. And just turn the machine off, and the water condensed in the side will melt and flow down into a water trap. And that's about it. It takes about 24 to 36 hours depending on how much you do. We're going to do 6 dozen eggs. It can probably do 7 or 8, but we're going to keep it at 6. Make sure it gets done right. Melanie, you want to open the door for me? Don't let Jax out. Close the door. So cold out today. We're going to preserve our eggs using the outdoor freezer. Alright, machine is pre-frozen. So we're going to put our frozen trays of eggs. And you can see that pre-freeze is complete. Hit start. Drain valve is closed. Alright, now the product's going to freeze until it goes to about -35, and then the compression pump, that'll kick in, and we'll check back in about 12 hours to see where it is. We're checking in on the freeze drying process. As you can see, it's still drying. Yeah, 22 hours I just want to record this so you can kind of hear the sound. It is a bit noise when the vacuum pump's running. So running at 24 hours, you might wonder what the cost is. It's probably less than $5 to do a batch. But when you're buying a $2,000+ machine, $5 is really nothing. If you're worried about that, you shouldn't even buy one of these. But we'll check back in probably another 4 hours, I'm guessing it's going to take, and see where it's at. Alright, product took a little bit longer. I had to push the timeout so it wouldn't go off in the middle of the night, because you got to get this out as soon as it's done. It took 43 hours. I think typically it'd be about 41 hours. So I'll go over here, release the pressure. How's that, a vacuum? Alright, once that comes undone, we can get this open. And what we want to take a look at, the trays will be warm. And as you can see, stuff's nice and fluffy. It is raw. But I'm going to take this upstairs and I'm going to put this in mason jars. You just kind of see what the product looks like. So I'll show you what it looks like once we get it in a jar ground up. Alright, so that's 6 dozen eggs, 3 mason jars, and I just have a oxygen absorber in there. I think it's 100 cc, and you can see they've already sealed up, and as long as there's no moisture or oxygen, they should last for years in there. The ones I did cook up, if you don't get enough water in there, they are pretty rubbery, but taste is exactly like a scrambled egg. I don't think you can add too much water, because it's just like when a boiled egg breaks in the pan, you can still eat it. It's fine. But here's some other stuff I did. So you can do ham. I actually did a batch of cow hearts, not for myself, but for dog treats, and dogs seem to love those. But so far I've done probably 40 batches in the machine. Fairly satisfied with it. The last batch of that ham right there came out and tastes a little funny. Actually had a smell of like kind of burnt, so probably my fault for overcooking it in the oven before freeze drying it, but fairly satisfied with the machine. And again, as I mentioned, if you're interested in this type of machine, go to Retired at 40. That guy's got an extensive testing of all different types of products, and he's the one for how to. I'm not really that. I'm just kind of showing what we did with this thing. So again, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I don't know if I want to call it a toy, but something we like to do to preserve our food.